Welcome back. I'm currently field testing a couple of ideas about how to perhaps get around the no pick thing. It's- so, while I'm doing that, if you want to start relaxing, that'd be super. And then while we're here anyway, let the worries go, let the day go, let the breath become smoother and deeper. Maybe even a bit more pleasurable. Are there any parts of your body that were all too willing to lead the way in relaxing? And perhaps there were some hesitant parts as well. Take a moment to scan the body and notice which parts of you were eager, desperate to relax, maybe. Which places weren't. And maybe you've noticed that the noises and distractions have made themselves known. Not that the sounds are actively trying to get us or ruin our day. But just like our breath goes on and on, the world goes on and on. Noises and distractions are bound to happen. So let's take a moment to reframe that into with a positive spin that these are friendly reminders that there's even deeper, even further to explore in the depths of self. We can do the same thing with our thoughts. We can let them come and go as well. And they will during, after, definitely before the practice. Just let them go. Let them come, let them go, and guide your mind back to the practice. In fact, if you get lost in or finish any of the mental exercises early, you can simply start over and wait for the cue, or like with so many other parts of our life, allow life to happen on life's terms, allow the thoughts to happen but not distract you. Uh, it's okay to have to guide the mind like a puppy back to the breath, back to the body, back to the practice. So we can give ourselves permission to not be perfect at everything. The art this week is an overgrown, cracked piece of asphalt or parking lot or maybe an ancient road, no, but no more. And parked next to an unmarked, inconspicuous building is in fact a DeLorean. And Lance is inside it and totally making a Back to the Future like homage with this. It actually took me sort of 2 weeks to work on this. But if you see the art and you zoom in, you can see through the rear window, uh, rear passenger window, Lance's handsome visage sitting in the car. I'm not sure why I've got the opposite door open. I feel like that leads to more wonderful questions like, is he there by himself? Has he in fact traveled to the past? What has caused him to make this pit stop? I don't have to answer all of these questions. That is for the viewer, and if that is part of their relationship with the image being viewed. But I have to remind myself sometimes that I like drawing silly and fun things. In fact, that's been sort of the theme of the last couple of weeks is where is the fun in the things that I choose to do, which all contributed to this rough patch, which is the title for the message from in between this week. Rough patch. What to do after a rough patch? Well, what have you deprioritized? Temporary sacrifices were made and now loom overgrown and unattended. Letting go of this and that on the way to weathering the storm turned into interrupting good habits. And rather than feel like you're cleaning a mess, start over if you feel up to it. Start fresh if you'd rather. Begin again if you're bitter. Pick back up, even better. Perhaps think of it like breaking a fast. Go gentle as you reintroduce preferred habits. This week's 3 card draw is the King of Pentacles, number 15 of the Devil, and the 10 of Pentacles, inviting us to consider what makes you feel rich? Like what makes you feel rich? Money temptations are on the way. Stay savvy, friends. And thirdly, invest in yourself and be of value to others. This session of Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra will be touching on themes of rough patches, riches, and get back into it itches. And if you haven't put things off that you need to pick back up, hooray for you. Said celebratorily, not sarcastically. Well, not entirely sarcastically. So we've allowed the noises to become friendly, the distractions. We've had a moment to scan the body, to be with the breath. All of these things, magical practices in and of themselves. We just put together several for the Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra experience. Which, by the way, if you're listening to for the first time, welcome. For those that is not the first time, welcome back. Remember, comfort is key. So, along with giving yourself permission to imagine, getting yourself in your comfortable spot. That could be lying down in your own bed, it could be in a comfy chair. It could even be that you're exploring stillness on another level and perhaps need to art, journal, dance, or work through alongside our practice this evening. It's all good as long as you're being safe and not being mean to others. Then it's all good. And we're not here to plant thoughts, more to scatter fish flakes on the surface of the koi pond of the mind. And something that might feel like we are putting a new fish in could be a way, could be a misinterpretation of our use of sankalpa in these circumstances. We rehearse our sankalpas. We say them deep in the hopes that they will take root like seeds and grow and fruit into the favorable actions that we're out after. Basically, like almost like a lollipop or a treat. It's something that you want. It's a way that you want to be, who and how you want to show up, summarized in a simple phrase that's easy to repeat. Could be something like, I am living my best life. Could be like, I show up like a boss. Whatever words are true to you, your circumstances, predicaments, and soul inclinations. We'll do a body rotation in a minute, but before we do, craft yourself a sankalpa if you do not have one already. And as you do, say it to yourself 3 times in your head. And we're not getting rid of it completely. We are setting it to the side. So if we were thinking of it like a birthday candle, we've not extinguished it. We've just set it to the side for a moment. And later, when it comes back up, we can hold on to it like a wish as we release it, as we blow out the candle to let things happen for us, for our highest good. Now that we've set our sankalpa to the side, let's head over to the body rotation. And this time, we take a little extra intent around the circuits of the body with us. And the word that came through will be interesting, I think. But we're going to envision the concept of strong. Probably not a word that many of us choose to relate to outside of extreme circumstances, or maybe it's your daily mantra. But strength is what we are going to imbue into ourselves via imagining our body parts one at a time in a certain sequence to be lit up with a spotlight. And that light that hits the body part and illuminates it is imbuing it with the strength that we are intending, the strength of our intention and the strength that we are intending. We're keeping it simple, just adding strength, strong, being strong enough to get through, strong enough to do what you need to do. There's just because strength may not be a word you choose often doesn't mean that it can't be a illuminating experience. And so we shall shine our brightest spotlight as a metaphor for projecting strength, and to that part of the body as another metaphor of being able to show up feeling resourceful, feeling strong in whatever ways that we need to feel strong And for those that are still holding out on the strong, think of the classic tarot card strength. And is is the lady actually prying open the lion's mouth, or is her gentle, calm strength allowing even the wildest of natures a moment to chillax? Shining the light. And also, just because I know I'm harping on it a lot, but if strength has got anybody freaked out, just envision the body part or the body part in the light being lit up. Doesn't have to be any more of a complex visualization than that to start reaping some of the benefits. So we're taking the light of our intent to infuse strength into our right hand thumb. Visualize your right hand thumb. See it being lit up by a beam of light, a spotlight. And then let's move to the right first finger. Again, visualizing your right forefinger. Pointer finger lit up by that light. And you may even notice sensations that arise that are in sync with the intensity of your beam of light. Softness to intense, back and forth. All right. Taking our awareness and spotlight to the right middle finger. Awareness and light to the right ring finger. Awareness and light to the little finger. All right. You keep on with the light visualizations. I am going to switch over to just naming the body part. We are continuing on in this manner through our right circuit, taking our awareness and our light to the right hand palm, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of chest, right side of waist, right hip, right thigh, right knee, shin, ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, right big toe, right second toe, right third toe, right fourth toe, right fifth toe. Pausing here and looking back through this right circuit, seeing if any parts of this right circuit are dimmer or were maybe missed. Going back and filling those in with the light and sort of smoothing and evening out the light along this right circuit of the body, from fingers to toes. Go for an equal, pleasant glow distributed throughout all of the body parts that we've just been over. Okay. We'll release our grip on the right side and shift our focus, our awareness, and our light, our spotlight of strength, as we move to the left hand thumb, left first finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left little finger, mini paws. How is the light distribution through the fingers? Continuing on with our awareness and spotlight. Palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of chest, left side of waist, left hip, left thigh, knee, shin, ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, left big toe, left second toe, left third toe, left fourth toe, left fifth toe. Pausing here, take a look back through the left circuit of the body. Again, noticing if there are any dim spots or places that might have you've forgotten, that we might have forgotten to shine light upon. So fill those in and adjust the glow through all the body parts to be of an even and pleasing temperament. Checking for that even distribution. And taking a further second to let the right circuit and the left circuit sync up with one another. And now we take our awareness and our spotlights to all 10 toes, both feet, both heels, both ankles, both calves, both knees, both thighs, both buttocks, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, spine, back of neck, back of head, top of head, forehead, eyebrows, temples, ears, cheeks, eyes, all the muscles around the eyes, nose, nostrils, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, roof of mouth, back of throat, front of throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, right side of head, left side of head, right side of body, left side of body, back of body, front of body, whole body, whole body, whole physical body. And pausing here to look back over the whole body, each of the circuits that we've drawn, and check one more time for an even, pleasing distribution of light along these channels. And speeding up time in the mind's eye if you need to accommodate a lovely, even spread of energy throughout the systems. And let that go and shift your awareness over to your breath, back to the cooling, warming, vitalizing, relaxing, beautiful thing that our breath is. We're going to focus on that. And imagine that your breathing is like the ocean, that the waves crash and they pull back and they crash onto shore again. The water seems to go back to the ocean and then come cascading right back. And in the same way, allow the energy that is all around you to follow your awareness, to follow your breath into the body. So just like the tide is pulling us, as if we were feeling the sand around our feet be taken back, only to be replaced with another glorious wave. So to allow the prana to crash upon the shores of self. And you may already be hearing the sounds of the ocean like a backing track to your visualization. And if that's a little too much for visualization's sake, imagine that you're laying down in the wet sand and you feel the wave tickle its way up around the contours of your body, and then to be drawn again down past the head and the shoulders, the torso and the legs. and simply sync your breath with that. That's enough to produce pleasant results. For those that would like a little extra visualization, you are pulling in the prana like the tide pulls the water. And if you would like even more mental gymnastics, count your breaths backwards from 27 to naught, watching the play of breath and energy, then the mindscape and the body system. If you get lost, if you finish your count early, start at 27. And for those that were choosing the simpler option, just lay on the sand and feel the water come up and go back down the body. And I'll let you know when 27 breaths have passed. Where are you? Where is your practice? Breath synced to the tides, to the waves crashing on the shores of self. And whether you've finished your count or not, wrapping up this cycle of breath, and since we were laying on the sand in our mind, imagine that you have stood up and that there is sand stuck on the back of you. Imagine a waterfall or a shower, whatever's comfy. Some might like a crisp, clear waterfall, some may like a warm shower. Whatever feels best and right to you in this moment, use the element of water to cleanse off the debris of anything that might be stuck to you. And even after you've reached the point where you feel there is no more debris for the water to attach to take away with it, just stand for a moment longer in the falling water. And then out from under the water, allow the air to dry you off, allow the fire to warm you back up. To become and to feel completely dry, but not parched, dried off, and able to feel the breeze as it blows by. In yogic philosophy, there are 6 elements, and we've just used the classical 4. Let's take a moment to consider the space we move and operate in. Even further out into the fabric of the universe, everything is dancing on a stage, the stage of the Akasha, holding all the other elements in play. And one of my favorite translations uh, of the Akash as an element, like a Buddha or a Tattva. Um, well, let that thought go if it wants to. We've no need to chase them down. We are simply using the elements to extend and expand upon a cleansing, a self cleansing metaphor. And so there it is, quintessence. That's one of my favorite translations of ether, of Akasha. It's that quintessence, that pizzazz, that spark, that something else that's holding it all together. Allow that to shed what is unnecessary. Maybe in your mind's eye, you see space extending in all directions. And does it really cleanse or does it merely recycle our, our little universe? Clean has a different connotation at this level of subtlety. It may not really apply. What is clean space? And so maybe we imagine that around us are little bits of debris, satellites, things that were old projects that we have left on purpose or on accident. All of this debris. Imagine it being pulled by the gravitational pull of the sun and all of that debris and nothing we need. This is all visualization, fun time in space with that central star pulling that debris away from our bodies, the planet that is ourself, and soaking it up, converting it to more sunlight back into a more accessible form of energy. Once you've cleansed all the space debris or sped up time in your mind's eye to watch it happen, let that go and imagine a long, long, winding road. And feel yourself driving down this road, comfortably, comfortably cruising along. When circumstances are right, everything just flows and feels like a wonderful trip. But around the corner and over the hill, there's a rough patch. The road is not going to be as smooth and easy, and it will clear up and maybe even surprise us by coming back around to be rough a little later. So don't damage your vehicle. You can convert it into a flying vehicle if you would like, or adjust your vehicle and your speed so that way what might have been major obstacles for a different vehicle are now easily traversed. Maybe it started out as a Volkswagen Bug and turned into a monster truck, or an airboat, or a drone hybrid, whatever uh, will get you through the rough patch. And take note of how big and how long this rough patch is. Do you have areas where the road itself seems to be crumbling apart? This road goes on and on and on. We won't exhaust the length of it in our session together. And it's easier to navigate a rough patch when you see them in time. So we're not driving carelessly down this long, long road, but we're not going to overthink the rough patches and let them stall us any longer than was ultimately necessary. Maybe the rough patch invited us all to slow down a minute, to take in the surroundings. Maybe it showed you there are areas where you need to send a repair crew. But the road keeps going. And before long in your mind, you will find the conditions becoming sweet again. Smooth road, smooth ride, hopefully pleasurable weather. You can adjust that too in Mindscape. And just feel yourself cruising down the long, long road, taking in the sights, the sounds, and the feels. Grateful for the rough patches that we've made it through, but also feeling like we're pointed in the right direction. And you may want to continue cruising down the road, or you can take yourself to Chittakash, which is Sanskrit for the mind space. And in this infinity that lies behind your eyes and between your ears, from the very center of it, which is wherever you are, allow the thoughts to come and go once again. Don't indulge them. You don't have to stop them or judge them, label them, fix them. Just let them come and go. Where are you? Where's your practice? Gently letting this go. Call to mind once again your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve. Say it to yourself now 3 times with firm resolve from deep in the mind space. And then, like our metaphor of blowing out a birthday candle, we're not extinguishing the flame and being done with it. We are putting it out to let it echo out into the universe, into the realms around us, and bring back the circumstances that we need to be living our best life, to be fulfilling our sankalpas. So, with the little feel it dissipate like the smoke all around, rejoining the air. If you were listening to this and planning to head on into slumber, you can go ahead. This is a perfect time to thank you for being here. Feel good, feel well, be happy, and simply let yourself rejuvenate and rest. Sweet dreams, my friends. For those of us that need to come back out of this state and do other things, let's find ourselves. Let's find our body. Let's find our breath. Let's follow that breath back into the body. Back into the body, all the way back into the physical body in the right here and the right now, allowing life to return to your limbs as you wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers, scrunch the face, and gently rock the neck, finding yourself back to a seated position if that is where you started. Hariom Tat Sat, my friends. This has been Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra for the 22nd of September 2024. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for participating with this whenever and wherever you participate with this. And as is my sincerest hope for us all, feel good, feel well, be happy.